Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So, how are you guys finding these new energies that's going on? I think, was it Sunday? I think Sunday was like the new moon or full moon. And then today is the summer solstice, man. I can tell you that the last few days have just been wild energy wise. Like, my energy is literally just all over the place, man. Trying to stay grounded is just a myth. It's like kind of, if this is the only way I can explain it, is like I'm being reborn in a way. So I'm finding myself in like two worlds in a way, which is quite frustrating because it's like everything's kind of becoming new to me once again. It's like I'm stepping into my authentic self, but then the mind keeps going back to my past self, should I say, which I'm kind of experiencing the last few days, man. I don't know if it's like a review of where I used to be and how far I've come. I'm really not sure what's going on. But my mind is struggling to kind of process and keep up with what's going on, really. So it's interesting. And everyone's experience is going to be totally different. Like the last few days, I've just been exhausted. Maybe it's because I had to get the coach. I went to see my friend and I had to go get the coach. The coach was at like 11:30, and then I got back into London at like 6 a.m. and I didn't really sleep on the coach, so maybe that's just threw my energy completely off or whatever. So the last few days I've literally just been just exhausted, man. The energies are tiring. It's tiring, and there's a lot coming up, and the only way I can explain it is it feels like I'm shedding. So it's like I'm losing myself and finding myself at the same time, which is weird, so weird. And then things are coming up that what's it called? When lessons or challenges present themselves, it's about kind of heading them face on, is what's been currently going on for me. So if a lesson comes up, it's about like dealing with the lesson straight away instead of kind of putting it off, because I'm trying not to procrastinate, but my soul's trying to push me in them directions to like, if there's something going on, kind of address it and then it's done, kind of thing. So that's something that I'm currently kind of dealing with, which is going smooth, but it can be challenging, should we say, at times. And obviously the whole experience is about growth. So it's about stepping outside your comfort zone and doing things that may be challenging, because that's the only way we grow. And okay, so grey, it's wild. But that's another thing, just going with it. The body's going through changes on every single level. So it's just about adapting to the change. So I'm getting grey, but my physical body is getting younger, so it's a bit mad. So just trying to go with that and not resisting it, because a lot of people in society at the moment are resisting the change. Like some people want to hold on to their youth and then getting plastic surgery and fillers and all this stuff, and it's like, no, man, you gotta just go with it. Just go with the change, whatever the body's going through, and just gotta go with it. And what else has been going on? I don't know, man. I'm just finding myself kind of in between worlds once again at the moment, which is weird. because I'm looking around and it's like nothing looks familiar to a certain degree. It's like everything's the same but different. Same but different. Which is interesting. And also, I don't know, man, my short-term memory is kind of, I don't know, I don't know, my short-term memory just seems to be not very present, if that makes sense. Or maybe I'm not, I'm trying to be as present as possible, but I'm not present, if that makes sense. It's so weird to explain. Like, I can't even explain what I'm experiencing. It's like, yeah, got like kind of amnesia or something, if that makes sense, because yeah, my mind is just kind of, it's weird. It's like I'm talking, but my mind's kind of blank to a certain degree, which is really weird. So I'm just kind of going with that, because this is like new to me. This is new, and it's been going on since 2020. This has started happening. It's like before 2020, I would have a lot of thoughts going on. I don't know if that's to do with my meditation practices or whatever, but yeah, I used to have a lot of thoughts, and like the monkey mind would just keep chatting. But now the monkey mind has actually kind of slowed down to a certain degree, which is kind of new, because yeah, before I had all these thoughts going on, and now they're kind of slowed down. So it's just me being more present, I guess. It's me being more present. And then when I ask for guidance and stuff, like I get what I need, if that makes sense. So if I ask for something, it comes into my mind without the monkey mind, if that makes sense. It's so weird, it's hard to explain. So the monkey mind's kind of turned off to a certain degree, and then my guidance is more turned on, if that makes sense. The only way I can explain it is, it's like, obviously we're here to experience, so unless I ask for guidance, I'm just here to experience, really, if that makes sense. So yeah, I get certain synchronicities and certain signs and guidance externally for like clarification, like, yeah, you're on the right path or whatever. But apart from that, yeah, there's not much going on activity wise, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm if the mind is not being stimulated as much, or it's to do with the frequencies that they're putting out, because yeah, the frequencies, you can't see them, but they're going to have an effect on your body, because we have our own frequency. The human body has its own frequency, right? So I don't know if this is right, but I'm just going to share my experience or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, it's just really weird. It's really weird. Like, things are shifting, and everyone's experience is going to be different. So wherever I'm at is going to be different. Oh look. I don't know, yeah, and I've been having crown activations as well, which is weird, like funny sensations in the head and the crown chakra. And been experiencing a lot of eye problems of recently as well, man. So I don't know what's that to do with. Maybe the third eye is opening more, but it's like, 1 second. The Matrix once again. It's like my human sight is getting more less clear, but I can see more clearly, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to explain. And some certain things in the body just the body just feels weird at the moment. It feels really weird. Like the amount of rest I need is just crazy. Maybe it's to do with the new moon or whatever, or the solstice, I don't know. But like, my body is I think it's more mentally exhausted. Because my physical, but yeah. I feel more mentally exhausted. Physically, I'm good. Like, I'm active and want to get stuff done. But my mind is just like telling me no to a certain degree. So that's quite challenging because I want to get stuff done. I've got stuff that I want to do, and it's just like, no, you got to kind of still wait in hermit mode to do something. I don't know, but it's frustrating where I'm at the moment, because it's like I'm waiting for what's the word? Waiting for the new phase to then take action, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. I don't even know what's going on, which is weird. Yeah, it's just kind of frustrating. Yeah, and then been getting like stiff neck, the knee pain. My knees. My knees. I'm just having problems with my knees at the moment. For the last few years, should I say, man. But when I was on my Qigong course last week or whatever, the teacher was basically saying your knees, a lot of people get knee problems because the energy needs to flow through the knees, then to ground, and for the energy to come up. So if you're doing a lot of impact sports and the energy is getting trapped in the knees and you're being rigid and not free flowing, the energy is going to get stuck in the knees, and then it's going to create energy blockages in the knees, and then it's going to start manifesting as a physical problem, because any problem starts off as an energy blockage and then manifests into a physical problem, right? So that's why it is like I'm getting more, it's so important, mind, body and spirit, the connection. It's so like, the more in tune you get, the more it makes sense to me. So like, yeah, what I'm putting in my body, what I'm putting on my body, having to stimulate the mind, having to stimulate the body as well, which is interesting, because I was listening to, something popped up on YouTube earlier, and I was just listening to it, and it was basically saying, oh yeah, if you're feeling tired, and it come out in the cards as well that I pulled today, about movement. If you're feeling tired, you need to get the energy moving, to get the energy circulating or whatever. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, all right, cool. On Monday I was really exhausted because of the traveling and stuff, but Tuesday I was rested but was just still tired, and I should have went to the gym to get the energy moving, I guess, but I didn't. But then today I got it was like clarification, to go to the gym and to get the energy moving, because I've got like 2 synchronicities. So I was like, all right, cool. So let's go and get things moving. So once I get in there, it's fine. But getting in there is a bit of an effort. But yeah, everything, I don't know, man. The world is just, I don't know. We're going through a big change, and I'm getting kind of led by the spirit, should I say. So it's like walking blind at the moment, which is cool, but the ego is kind of struggling with the process, should we say. So it's like, yeah, I know everything's going how it should be or whatever, but then the ego is like, what's going on, what's going to happen next, kind of thing, which is normal. So it's about kind of the self-talk that you talk to yourself, the reassurance and stuff, and the way you talk to yourself, man. Because I know for the longest time, like in my 20s, like the negative self-talk was so like extreme, it was just like unreal. So then until I started doing my practices and stuff, it's about how you talk to yourself, and you gotta talk to yourself as if you was your own best friend, because you gotta be with yourself constantly, innit? So if you're talking negative to yourself, the body's gonna react in a negative way, yeah, which I've learned. So the more positive you talk to yourself and the body, the more positive it reacts. Because if you talk to water and stuff, and plants, use plants for instance. If you talk to plants, and they grow better and more healthier. So imagine if you're doing that same thing to your body's gonna react in the same way, in a positive way, because everything is vibration. So whatever vibration you're putting out, you're gonna attract, right? So even if you're feeling, sometimes it's about faking it till you make it as well. So even if you're feeling negative and you're doing positive stuff, that will eventually change your inner dialogue, should I say. And also if you're doing inner work, trying to change your inner world, your external world will eventually change to match that as well. So it's very interesting, very interesting. The times that we're in, it's strange. It's like I'm seeing the world through new eyes, which is, what's the word? It's interesting. It's like kind of literally being born again. Like after you had your first ego death, or dark night of the soul, that brings so much pain and so much pain and shedding. So once you've experienced that, you're kind of in a way born again, should I say. So then you see, for my experience, I started looking at the world through different eyes. Like it's like, wow, the whole world is new to me, like being born again, should we say. So now, I don't know, I've gone through another phase where it's like everything just feels unfamiliar. And that's my experience. Everything is unfamiliar. Like everything's the same, but something's different, if that makes sense. I'm looking around and everything just seems, it's the same, but something's shifted or something is taking place, and I don't know what it is. It's really hard to explain. I don't know if it's to do with, I don't know, something's just shifting, man. So I don't know if it's my internal that's shifted, or that the external hasn't shifted, but the vibration or something just has taken place, and I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's the city, I don't know, the city energy, it might be changing, but the cities are very dense and heavy, and I'm starting to notice that more and more. Like like when I was on the coach, it's like, wow, like they say we're overpopulated, but do you know how much greenery and space there is? So they're just trying to crowd people into the cities, and then the cities are overpopulated. That's why they're building all high-rise buildings to cram people in them, to just harvest their energy and stuff. But when you go to the countryside, there's so much space. There's so much space, and when you go to the countryside, you see houses more spread out. That's how people should be. Like have their own individual space, not stacked on top of each other like Lego. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes, some things are just hard to explain what's taking place. It's really interesting. I don't know. But that was just a little video about what I'm currently experiencing anyway, because things are happening. And it's just interesting to see how things are happening while you're experiencing it on the journey. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon with another video, because this was just letting off a bit of steam of what I'm currently experiencing anyway. But peace, love and light, tribe, and I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon.